Hey everybody, Matt Rosenthal, CEO of Mindcore Technology Group. What I want to talk with you about today is a cybersecurity breach that I learned about just a couple of days ago that I was contacted about. The request came in to me to help out with an issue. And once I got in and really understood what had happened and the impact to this small business, I was blown away. I guess at this point, I shouldn't be surprised at what I hear of what's going on around me out in the marketplace with cybersecurity, but it still does. When I hear these stories and I talk to people and I hear about the impact of their business and the suffering they're going through, it still does get me. Like I still just like, wow, I just can't believe this is happening to people. So in this case, what happened was I was contacted via a group text. A friend of mine, who's also a strategic partner, had introduced me to a friend of his who's also a client, and had asked that in that text message, asked if I could help out this other individual and his company. He shared with me the story of what had happened, and I'm going to share that with you. And he did ask me for help. And thankfully, right now, we are in the process of helping them out. The problem is it went on for too long. So here's what happened. About 3 weeks ago, this particular firm noticed that somebody had gotten into their Amex account. I think it was 6 or 7 million points were taken. So the people who breached them used those points to buy whatever it was that they bought. It's not trackable. So that was one way that they were able to get money from them, by accessing their Amex business account, taking the points. Sometimes apparently they're getting gift cards, but in this case they actually bought stuff. So thankfully for them, Amex is a great company. Amex gave them back their points and they were fine. But that was the first hint, the big hint that something was wrong. Then they proceeded over the next few days and weeks to notice things like a couple $1,000s was taken out of their business account. Then $100,000 was taken out of their business account, and it was done in a way where the people doing the damage, they had access. They had gotten the username and password and just literally went into the account and just took the money. They just used the money. They also had gotten into the personal information of these individuals, of the owners of this business, and were beginning to apply for lines of credit against houses. They had done a few other things, which out of respect to these people, I don't want to get into the other things that they did. But look, it went on for 3 weeks, and it's a small business, but they're a large small business with hundreds of employees. And certainly the impact to them right now is that they are having a problem with making their payroll. Not that they're not able to make it, I mean, they're more than capable, but the bank shut down their operations. The bank shut down their ability to do business just while they clean out and get the situation under control. So what happened? I mean, how did this actually happen? We are in there right now. We are in there doing a forensic analysis, and we're trying to peel back the layers of what was the initial breach. Are these people still in their systems? Are they still accessing their systems? I just found out as early as 1 hour ago, right, this morning, that there's another $21,000 that potentially was just taken from another bank account. A new bank account that was set up apparently now has been breached. So these people are deep. They're deep inside this business's information. They're in their emails. They're tracking keystrokes. So look, our job right now, and again, we're in the process of doing this, is to figure out exactly how they got in, exactly what they have access to right now, and to literally plug every single hole, fill every single gap, and make sure that this company can get back to business as usual and can be confident in knowing that they're no longer penetrated, that they're no longer breached. It's a lot of work at this point, and we will do it for them. We're going to get them on track. So if I were to give you a couple of tips, here's the first tip. Educate your end users. Educate everybody in your firm. Make sure that they have an awareness and they know what to look for. The second that something doesn't seem right, it could be an email asking you to click on a link. It could be an email asking you for information. You've got to know what is a red flag, what doesn't look right, because the way that they get in, it's not like there's some new and improved and like innovative mechanism. they're still getting in through emails. They're still getting in through the fact that people are just giving information out. They're just clicking on links. They're doing things. Oh, speaking of giving information out, I gotta circle back to the Amex thing for 1 second. This firm did the right thing. They called Amex initially, and the first Amex number that they called happened to be in an email that looked like it came from Amex. They called it. It wasn't Amex. It was the breachers. It was the people that had sent this email out. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I can't believe the efficiency through which these people actually think through their business and really get you every which way. They sent an email out with information with a phone number that you should call. And when my client called this number, the people answering the phone professionally really did sound like Amex. It's possible that when that phone call took place that they asked some personal questions and some information was given, which further helped to help them to continue to breach and to access this company's personal information. So getting back to the point of item number one, you have to be so careful when you're giving out personal information, right? You have to know who you're talking to, validate who you're speaking to, ask them to validate, to give you information to confirm that you really are, for example, speaking to Amex. So that goes back to education. That was point number one, education. Make sure that you educate all of your employees. Make sure you're educated yourself. And don't give out information to anybody unless you know exactly who you're talking to. If you think you're talking to Amex, make sure that the number you called is actually the number on your Amex card, right? That's a good rule of thumb. Number two, when you're in your emails and you do feel like there's a link that you're being asked to click on, make sure that the link you're clicking on is actually going somewhere legitimate. Number three, if you get a link asking for you to reset your password and you didn't actually ask for a password reset, let's say it's from Amex, let's say it's from your bank, don't click the link. Pick up the phone, call your trusted contact directly and say, hey, is there a reason I'm getting a password reset email? I think in this case that there were some password resets that were initiated, and those password resets, they were phony, they weren't real. And so links were clicked, password resets were done, but the fact is that the email had been compromised, and so they were sending these password resets, and when the resets were coming in, right, the offenders were in the email, they were reading the email, they were collecting this password reset information. All they need is a tiny window of opportunity to do this and to grab some money out of your account. And so those are three really, really good pieces of information that you really should live by. Educate, validate, and when in doubt, pick up the phone and just double check, triple check, okay? Very, very important. So I'm gonna leave you with those three today. This is a story that's unfolding. It's happening as we speak. We are still in the process of trying to clean out things for this company. We will get them all set up, all under control. And certainly where this company wasn't really, they didn't have a belief system where IT was of the utmost importance to begin with. And now our conversations have shifted to much more of, listen, once we get this cleaned up, we need to look at our servers, we need to look at possibly moving to the cloud, looking at everything we can do to be as secure as we possibly can be. Why? Because in hindsight, they've been impacted for 3 weeks. They've had hundreds of thousands of dollars of company money breached. There's a recovery effort that they're going to be going through for weeks, and it's not necessary. This can all be avoided with education, information, and awareness, and being proactive versus reactive. So I hate the fact that I have to tell this story as a result of somebody that I know and that I'm dealing with having to go through what right now is a very, very painful experience. But I can promise you, they will never have it happen again because they have learned a very valuable lesson, and it's given me the opportunity to be able to share the story with all of you and to remind you about what is becoming my most talked about topic. Cybersecurity, no matter how big or how small your firm is massively, massively important. You cannot underestimate it. You cannot think that you're too big or too small. Nobody is safe. There's no size of company that somehow is exempt from having to worry about it. If you're in business and your business generates revenue and you have employees, that means you have responsibility, and that responsibility is to do the right thing for yourself, your employees, your customers, and that really means getting some trusted advisors around you, getting some good advice, knowing what to do and how to do it, and doing it. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I ask you, as always, please share this information, share this video, educate as many people as you can. Let's work together to spread the word. Protect your friends, protect your family, protect your clients. Like this video, please go down below, like it. Please put a comment letting me know if it was helpful, and if it was, how it helped you, so that I can continue to bring useful and valuable information to you on a regular basis. And listen, be safe, have a great day. And by the way, please instant message me or DM me, message me, just get in contact with me. I am here to help you. I've got tremendous experience, and I can really be of tremendous service to you. I, for a long time, wasn't saying that in my videos. I have a duty. I feel obligated now to really just let you know that I'm here to help you, and I want to help you. I do not want to hear any more of these stories of people that I know being having to go through so much pain and suffering in their business. Okay, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.